welcome along and welcome to this first look at the Oxbo DLC released this Tuesday for Farming Simulator 22. Now, it looks like there's not a huge amount in this DLC. I mean, there are only 4 pieces of equipment. We've got the Oxbo AT4103, the AT5105. Both of these are dual manure spreaders and slurry spreaders. We've also got the 6030 Grape Harvester, and finally we've got the 2340 merger. But like many of the DLCs Farm Sim have released recently, there's an awful lot more to these pieces of equipment that first meets the eye. So let's go and have a look in the shop and see the massive amount of options that are available on these pieces of kit. First up, we have the AT4103. This has a 400 horsepower engine, takes 650 liters of fuel, has a maximum speed of 24 miles per hour, a maximum capacity of slurry of 16 meters cubed, and a maximum work speed of 12 miles per hour. If you switch over to the manure spreading configuration, it has a capacity of 18 meters squared instead, but still a work speed of 12 miles an hour. Options on this are the configuration for the aforementioned manure spreading, along with the slurry spreader. You've also got wheel configurations for Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, and Mitas. None of those have any additional wheel setups, so all of those just have the standard wheel setup. You also have a license plate on here, which can go front and back only, or no plate at all. Base price of this is 382,500, and none of your configuration options will cost you any extra money, so that base price does not increase. Next up, we have the AT5105. This has a 550 horsepower engine. Again, takes 650 liters of fuel, goes a maximum of 24 miles an hour, has a capacity for slurry in this configuration of 25 meters cubed, and has a working speed of 12 miles an hour. It has a very similar set of configurations to the AT4103 in that it has a slurry tank and can also be a manure spreader. The manure spreader takes 25 meters cubed. The wheel brands again are Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, and Mitas. And the base price, which, because the configurations don't cost anything extra, is again 480,000. Like the smaller one as well, it also has the ability to add a license plate. The third piece of equipment in this DLC is the 6030 Grape Harvester. This is probably my favorite piece of equipment in this DLC. It has so many configurations, and in fact is pretty much a single machine for use for doing all of the work with your grapes. It has a 164 horsepower engine, takes 270 liters of fuel, has a maximum speed of 18 miles an hour, and can take 3,100 liters of grapes in its Grape Harvester configuration. It has a working speed of 4 miles an hour. It has several configurations. It's got the harvester configuration, which will cost you 30,000. It's got the overloading harvester, which will cost you 20,000. And it has a multi-row sprayer, which will cost you nothing on top of the base price. It also has several wheel configurations from Trelleborg, Mitas, and Verdestein. And like the other 2 items we've seen so far in this DLC, it also has the ability to add a license plate. Adding the most expensive configurations to this, which is just the harvester, will add 30,000 on top of the 215,000 base price. The final bit of kit in this DLC is the 2340 merger. This has a power requirement of 150 horsepower and a working width of 12 meters. It has a working speed of 11 miles per hour. Available wheel brands are Trelleborg, BKT, and Verdestein. None of those have any additional wheel setup options, and you can add a license plate to the back or have no license plate at all. Base price for this is 158,000, and none of the options on it will cost anything extra, so your base price is also your maximum price. So there we go. That is a brief overview of everything that is in this DLC. As I said, I think there's more here than there initially seems to be, with both of these two machines here acting as two separate spreaders. The Grape Harvester basically being a one-use tool for all of your grape stuff. Absolutely brilliant piece of kit that I really love that. And then yeah, we've got the merger, which is the one with the least options on there, but is still a nice little addition to this pack. So yeah, I really like it. What we're going to do now is I think we're going to go and have a quick look at some of these bits working. I've got a demonstration set up with all of these pieces of kit. So first up, I'm going to go and spread some manure, and we're going to go and use the alternate configuration of the AT5105 to do that. So we're down at field 12, and this field has already harvested, so it's ready to spread manure on. We'll unfold the manure spreader, get the back plate up, turn it on, and you can see the kind of distance that this can spread. It's showing sort of very faintly. It is actually spreading on there. It's partly because we've got a whole load of very light stubble on here. But that is doing a really nice job. It's got a good spread on it. It's working at a decent speed, and it's not going down too fast. Of course, if you use precision farming, the speed for this will go a little bit slower. But on a field like this, it's looking like it's going to do about 50% a strip, which is not bad at all. You get quite a bit of manure spread around. And in fact, you can see in the distance now behind us, there is a fair amount of manure on here. So yeah, liking that. It sounds good. It spreads well. That's a great piece of kit. The second piece of equipment we're going to have a look at is the AT4103. We've got the slurry configuration on this, and currently got it full of slurry to try it out. We've added the Zune hammer attachment to the back of this. This is an injector cultivator. It's base game, so all the base game equipment that you would use with a slurry tanker, that will work on the back of these. We will unfold this and turn it on, and we've got a field of cotton here that's been harvested, and we're just going to see how this works with that. And yeah, that is very nice. Look at that go, and a good working speed. It's not going down too fast with the slurry, but it's a lovely little bit of kit. Works really nicely. I can see this being used on smaller maps and smaller farms. Will work really well on that kind of thing. Also loving the working sounds on this. This just sounds amazing. Something I haven't done with the AT5105 is had a look in the cab here, and as usual, the modeling and everything in here is gorgeous. The interior of this cab looks fantastic. And as somebody who likes to be in cab pretty much as he likes being out of cab, yeah, this is a very nice place to be, and a very nice place to work this with. And I've also just noticed you don't need to turn this on. All you need to do is lower the equipment in, and it will immediately start working. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. Now, before I get to my favorite piece of kit, in this DLC. We'll have a quick look at the merger. This is nice and wide. I've got it on the back of this class Axion 930, which should have plenty of horsepower to run this. We'll turn it on. Now, this merger only goes out the left or the right. So I've currently got this doing it out to the left. Loving the animation of that, because this is a pretty open merger. We don't really have many pieces of kit that are this open in game, and that's gorgeous animation on the back of that. Really, really great. Doing a fantastic job of getting all of that grass together and not missing anything. I do sometimes worry about pieces of kit like this missing bits and pieces. But no, that is merging that up very nicely, and again at a decent speed with really lovely animation. Lots of great modeling around the back of this as well. Yeah, another piece of kit that is just really well done, really well made. And actually, I really want to have a try with this on the oaks. I think this would be great on my bigger fields over there. So we might give that a go in the future. And then finally, we have my favorite piece of kit from this DLC. This is the 6030 Grape Harvester. The one in the foreground here, this is the spraying configuration. We've got it so that we can have a quick spray of these, and then I'm going to move time forwards and get these grapes ready to harvest, because we have the overloader set up in the background, and I want to have a go with that. I've not set it up to do the regular grape harvester as I showed at the beginning, because it's a very similar setup and working to the other grape harvesters in the game, whereas this is something that is very new and very different. I love how easy this is to get working with your grapes, and just a great investment on your farm to have everything on your grapes done, and done fairly quickly. So let's move this forward. As when you're harvesting, it goes over the row like this, and when you turn it on, we get a nice mist across all of your grape rows, and yeah, that is fantastic. We don't have a sprayer in game at the moment, certainly not base game, that does this many rows at once, and I love it. That is just absolutely brilliant. In cab on this looks great as well. Lots of really wonderful little details and things in here. And I like this a lot. The cab details on Giants DLCs are always really, really nice. And yeah, this is no exception. Does it? Yes. And we've got moving joysticks and everything, as you'd expect. I'm in love with this harvester. I really am. So finally, we come to the overloader setup for the 6030 here. I've moved on time a little bit so that we now have ripe harvesters ready. Let's unfold this, which I think that was already in its unfolded configuration. Yeah. So now we will head up here. We should have follow me on the tractor, which we do. And I'm hoping that this is just going to overload into the trailer. Get ourselves lined up. And as we harvest, going fairly slowly, trying to get this to work. Will that overload for me? Yes, here we go. We have grapes coming through into the trailer. And look at that. That is very cool. I like this a lot. This is great for multiplayer. That's the thing. You can use this for multiplayer, have somebody driving alongside you while you're harvesting your grapes. And yeah, straight into the trailer rather than having to empty every so often. Really cool. Very, very nice. Only issue, of course, is as normal. I'm getting a little bit stuck on the sides. And come on, up beside me. I might need to put the tractor on follow me a little bit further forwards. But yeah, it's just really, really cool. I like that a lot. Oh yeah, I am definitely going to have to use this Grape Harvester because it is pretty awesome. So there we have it. There is my spotlight on the Oxbo DLC. I hope you've enjoyed it. I think this is a really, really cool DLC. And for $4.99, I think it's great value with all the options in there. In fact, for me, it's almost worth it for that Grape Harvester alone. If you want to get into grapes in Farm Sim, if you want to have a machine that basically does pretty much everything you need for grapes in Farm Sim, it's pretty much worth it for that. I like both of the spreaders as well, and that merger is a really nice wide merger as well. You can get the DLC from the Farming Simulator website for PC. Check out the link in the description below, and do not forget to use my code VFGaming at checkout. It really supports the channel and is very much appreciated. It's also available for Xbox and PlayStation, so go and grab it there as well. For now though, I'm going to leave this here, which means that all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.